So episode 5 is going to be huge in so many ways, especially after the revelations of episode 4. Zeke is the son of Monet and Dante, and he's been lied to his entire life by Monet. I went through all the age and all the details in this video, so the link is down below in the description and in the comment section. But this 5th episode is going to be huge, because this plot and storyline took a major twist. But in terms of the relationship of Lorenzo and Monet, it's going to change, after Monet seems to have accepted Mecca's offer of showing her a new world. Now Mecca's still playing the biggest game of chess, while he has Kane in his back pocket, who still doesn't know who he really is and what he's doing in New York, which we as the audience have finally learned about. Now, as we saw, this investigation isn't over for Zeke, and it seems like it's just getting started for Tariq as well, because Kamaal Tate is going to be looking closely at him, and Jabari's novel is going to be key. But can Tariq trust Braden? Loyalty is going to be huge in episode 5, as will karma. You can't escape your sins, and Tariq committed plenty of sins, as we all know, but he's going to have to bring out his inner ghost if he's able to get out of this situation, which is going to come from so many different angles. So we're going to be breaking down episode 5 trailer as usual in this video. But of course, if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related. But let's start from the beginning. Zeke is Monet and Dante's son, as we all know, but Lorenzo doesn't know this. As far as he knows, Zeke is Monet's nephew, who grew up in the south, and their relationship is definitely on thin ice, especially because Dante seems like he wants to give Monet what she wants, a life where she doesn't need to worry about money and problems. He wants to take care of her, as well as taking care of her kids, especially Zeke, which is why he paid the $1 million to Davis McLean. But Monet and Lorenzo's visit is different this time. Nearly every scene that we've seen them together, they're having a conjugal visit, but this time their conversation looks serious. Now the title for episode 5 is Coming Home to Roost, and it can be interpreted in so many ways, but it's normally used in the sense that when someone's done some bad things in the past, the chickens have come home to roost, meaning they've come back to bite or haunt the person. So could it mean Lorenzo's being released, or could it mean that all the bad things that Tariq has done has finally come back to haunt him? We're just gonna have to wait and see, because Tariq did get checked by Grandma Estelle. Whether she's a drunk or not, she told him he's responsible for the demise of their family. So coming home to roost could be Tariq's time to face the music and consequences. But on Lorenzo being released from prison, this is definitely being kept under wraps and a secret from Monet. Diana stole the money from the safe, and notice even when Davis McLean entered their house, he greeted Diana like he's never met her before, but they did in episode 3 when she approached him to help her with Lorenzo. So that's a key detail if any of you missed it. So it does seem like Lorenzo's release is going to be a secret, whether it happens in episode 5 or later. Again, we're just going to have to wait and see. But things can move very quick in the world of power. We saw how they did it for Kanan, so who knows, they could do something similar for Lorenzo. But moving on to Mecca and Kane, we hear Mecca telling Kane that Monet's trying to figure out what to do, but without supply, nobody's getting high. But the funny thing is that Monet doesn't even realize that her supplier is Dante, who Kane knows as Mecca. So the question is for Kane, what will Kane do and who will he side with once the truth is revealed that Zeke really is Monet and Mecca's son, and how he's been playing him this whole time. Mecca's been playing the biggest game of chess, and he's got the Tejadas right where he wants them. He's got Kane playing a position in his organization. He's now got Monet wrapped around her thumb while Lorenzo's in prison, for now anyway, and now he's making moves to control the rest of her family. But which side will Kane pick when he learns about the truth and when Lorenzo comes out of prison? Now I called this situation messy before, but guys, this situation just got 100 times worse. Especially because the relationship that Monet and Mecca has now impacts everyone, from Lorenzo to all of her kids, including Zeke. And now you can see why there's going to be such a big divide with the Tejada family, and poor Zeke, he's been lied to his entire life by Monet. It's going to be a huge moment when he finds out the truth, similar to how I mentioned Rack's situation with Kanan, and how she's been lying to him his whole life as well, with Detective Howard being his father. It's going to be a huge moment for the whole Tejada family when and if this happens, which I do think it will. But all of this shit isn't over for Zeke. We hear McLean telling him not to talk to anyone on the inside and just shut up and blend in. And why are they still going after Zeke, even though he's got an alibi, and them finding Ramirez's body, which was killed before Jabari? Detective Whitman is obsessed with trying to pin this shit on Zeke, as we all saw in episode 4. So I expect him to continue his chase with Zeke, even though there are other suspects. And because Whitman is so obsessed with Zeke, this is why we could see Kamaal Tate seeking the help of someone else, who could be Carrie Milgram. So let's talk about Kamaal Tate and how he said Zeke isn't their only lead, and they needed to take Tariq St. Patrick more seriously because of his past. He also said his father was rumored to be a major player in the game, but Ghost was so good they couldn't nail him for anything. He was that, just a ghost. But the reason why Stern had Kamaal Tate brought in on the investigation as Stansfield is because he can be the eyes and ears for Simon Stern and Rashad Tate as well, and mainly to stop anything happening to Zeke Cross, the star player as Stansfield, who he has a vested interest in. But it seems like Tate wants to go after Tariq, and we all know that Simon Stern also has a vested interest in Tariq as well, because he needs Tariq to graduate so he can inherit truth. So as quick as Kamaal got a promotion, his own career is going to be on the line, because as Simon Stern warned Whitman to back off Zeke, I'm sure he's going to do the same to Kamaal with Tariq. But just how much does Tate want justice, and how much of a role is Jabari's novel going to play? A key detail in episode 4 was how Kamaal Tate found Jabari's novel and how it could lead him to Tariq. But the thing is, he may not share this with Detective Whitman because of his ongoing obsession with Zeke. Carrie made it clear that she used to be a part of law enforcement, and she's already helped Kamaal Tate once before when she convinced Lauren to wear the Rolex with a recording device. So I think we could see Kamaal seeking Carrie's help with Jabari's novel instead of Detective Whitman. So how much does Carrie know? Now next week's theme is all going to be about karma in their canonical studies class, and karma means you can't escape your sins, just like how we went through the episode title, Coming Home to Roost, at the start of this video. So she asked Tariq to enlighten the class. So does Carrie know more than she's letting on? Does she know that Tariq is being looked at closely by Kamaal Tate? And has she read the novel? Because let's not forget, Carrie knows Jabari very well. The first novel that was a success was written all about his and Carrie's life. So she'll now know that Jabari was writing about someone else's life, which could lead them to Tariq. So we could see Carrie's perception on Tariq being a good kid change very rapidly. And let's not forget, she'll definitely want justice for Jabari's death as well. But as we all know, there's gonna have to be a sacrifice. Lauren could be one of them, because Tariq isn't stupid. Tariq inherited Ghost Rolex collection, and the funny thing is, Rolexes don't tick. The look that he gave after he clocked Lauren's Rolex was of someone who knew what that was. And as we all know in the world of power, a snitch has to go. So let's stick with Tariq, because he really is gonna have to start to unleash his inner ghost to save himself. And just how is he gonna pull this one off? There's of course the recording device, which he may or may not have clocked onto, as we just mentioned. There's also the badge in his room drawer, Zeke's under fire, and the pressure will soon come on Tariq. And he could very well lose his one and only alibi if he goes up against his grandma Estelle, because he made her believe that he was at her apartment the night of Jabari's death. So could she turn around and twist his story and blow his whole alibi out the window? And on top of all of this, Braden seems to have taken a liking to Kane and the street life. So it seems like we see Tariq spying on Braden, and trust and loyalty is going to be huge between these two characters. We hear him telling Braden that if any of the Tahadas come around, then tell them he doesn't know anything. But where does Braden's loyalty lie? Is it now with Kane or is it with Tariq? Because in episode 4, Tariq was going through a tough time and he left him to go and hit a lick with Kane. So Braden picking Kane over Tariq would have raised some doubts in Tariq's mind. So shit is definitely about to get wild, and it's been set up for so much chaos to come. But one thing's for sure, I do think Kane sealed his own fate once he put Ramirez's badge in the drawer in Tariq's room. So it's going to be an intense episode 5, that's for sure. But drop me all your comments and predictions for episode 5 down below in the comment section. Let me know what you think is next for Zeke, Monet and Mecca, as well as Tariq's troubles. Drop all your predictions down below, and of course if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.